Welcome, weary traveller, to episode 20 of the Bromantic Quest.
Well.
Here we are
Back at it again.
for the big finale. Yeah.
Nope. for another episode of your favourite quest.
Yeah, of that.
We just want to apologise that we missed an episode last week.
Yeah.
There were some issues.
I'll take full responsibility and blame on that one.
Ryan was not well.
Yeah.
And not well of like having a cold, like an almost dying not well.
Yeah. Wow.
So we let him off.
Thank you everyone for letting me off of
Let
that.
him off for a week.
I'd also like to apologise for my attire. I've come straight from work and forgotten to bring a spare change of clothes. And it's 4 in the morning?
4 in the morning, yeah.
4 in the morning. And so I'd like to thank Gaz for turning up to this.
As you can tell, I'm not putting effort in here. I've put a hoodie on and I'm not doing my hair, so my hood's up.
Yeah.
You can kind of deal with it.
Yeah. Yeah, you just got to fucking deal with it, all right? And if you're on Spotify and you can't see him, welcome.
Good, yeah. Ignore that part.
Yeah.
We look fantastic. We're in
You're
suits.
here for a good time. Yeah. Of armour.
We're in suits of armour in a ballroom.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You should get to
Let
YouTube
your imagination
real quick.
run wild.
Get to YouTube fast.
Shall we get some candles going?
First of all, before any candles get lit, I want to talk about a special someone. And his name is Cobra Stack.
The quest sponsored by Cobra Stacker on YouTube. Your destination for all your gold and silver stacking needs.
Yeah.
For expert tips and advice, stacking gold and silver. A great channel filled with loads of real gold and silver content.
Gold and silver content.
Let's get
Stacking.
Oh, yeah.
And that, guys, is Cobra Stacker, who has just hit 1,000 subscribers.
Woo!
We're very proud of him.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. Now, can you just, guys, get us there, please?
Yeah.
I know
We're a fifth of the way.
Yeah.
Do we do a recap before the candles as well?
Yes, yeah. Jesus Christ, it's only been a week.
I know. As this serpent rises up towards Brianne, Jackie Moon grabs it. Firelighter swoops over to assist Jackie Moon. Your path is blocked by 3 cavalry. They strike you.
I don't care if I live. I only care that you die.
So what I want you to kind of picture is you meet in the middle, you're just throwing hands at each other. You're throwing speed. You can see sparks flying off his armor from the thunder coming out of your hands. You turn and you see 2 pairs of red glowing eyes. But you push heavily towards it and you make your way to Turt and you grab him by the face. And then you feel another hand come around your back and then around Turt's back. It's Ryking. And you look at both of them and you say,
For justice.
The Skeleton King unsheath his arrow. As he fires it down, you suddenly hear as Caetana falls to the ground, lifeless. He, the Skeleton King, lets loose this arrow and it flies straight towards Firelight. Brianne pulses a piece of magic towards this arrow, just misdirecting it ever so slightly, and it misses Firelight. You then watch Bolty fall to the ground. The arrow gets released and is heading straight towards you. A body makes its way in front of you and takes the arrow. And lifeless, laying next to you, is Jackie Moon.
Damn it. Right. You son of a bitch. embrace Brianne for maybe 3 seconds. Short, but I hold her tight. And then I pull her back and down on one knee, so we're eye level.
There'll be time for this later. Jackie loved you, and she believed in you. And so do I. Look out at this battle.
I turn. As I'm walking away, I'm going to stop and turn around again and look down at Jackie's body, and then look back up at Brianne.
I'm sorry. I failed you. She was a true hero.
And then I turn, and as another tear rolls down my cheek, I fill with rage, and I sprint directly for the Skeleton King.
As you sprint, you feel wind wisping behind you. It starts to push you further forward. It turns into gusts of wind. The air is swirling. Brianne is 50 feet in the air. Her eyes pure white. There's just magic strands streaming from her body now. And she starts to float forward into the battle.
No, you've forgotten I do this bit.
Magic! Oh my god, you're so good at that!
Also, couldn't be asked to do the second hand.
Just shiny one for this. Yeah. It was also a very short show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, without further ado, we'll jump right in. But before we jump right in, please like and subscribe. Click that like button now so you don't watch the rest of the video and dislike it.
What was it you said before? Touch it, and it'll go solid.
Again, not the podcast.
I still like it.
Quest.
Sorry.
God damn it.
Yes.
It is time for our magic to kick in.
Yes. Fuck's sake. Yes.
Damn it.
God, I've saved it up a week, mate.
That's fair.
So 2 weeks of saving that up.
Well done.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're in.
Right, I don't need that.
Oh.
The Book of Thieves. Just want to set the scene for everyone. And this is going to get in very quick. Okay. As we last left it, we have the Skeleton King before us. He's battering Ryking, Turt, Fire, and that's it, isn't it? Wow. We are down some numbers.
We are down Jackie, Kaitana, and Bolty.
Jesus
all dead.
Christ. Wow, fair play. All right, then, fine. You're charging into battle. Brianne is behind you. Everyone from Brianne's blast took damage.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm going to say now is the Skeleton King is going to stomp his magic onto the ground. His necromancer magic into the ground. It's a bad start for Team Gazzamatraz straight off the back. All right. Everyone, bar Brianne, is going to receive 20 points of damage.
Jesus.
And what's going to happen is a black hand is going to come out from under the ground,
Sorry, very quick. Everyone but Brianne.
grab Priya, kill him, and bring him under the ground.
So we just lost Priya instantly.
He's instantly dead.
Fuck. Fire's not on the ground. Does he still get damaged?
Yeah. No, that's just how Priya dies. The necromancer
No,
magic
fire.
just spreads out, hits everyone.
Okay.
Yeah. As his fist hits the ground, it sends out like waves. But because it's killed Priya, a hand comes out, pulls him into the ground.
Jesus Christ. I just started.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, but he threw a 12 instantly. So, let's get ready to rumble.
Good start, guys. Good start. We've lost the healer.
It's not ideal. No. So the way that this is also going to work, which is the first time it's going to work like this, you are going to do one-on-one battles for high dice rolls against the Skeleton King. So I'm going to roll for the Skeleton King, tell you what you need to beat, and then see how you roll afterwards. What I'm also going to give you is, depending on how you play, I'll give you advantage and disadvantage rolls. Mm-hmm. So if you're at a disadvantage, the Skeleton King will roll a 20-sided dice. If you're at an advantage, you will roll the 20-sided dice.
Okay.
And the 12 will always be the constant.
Okay.
So, you know, if you throw a 13 plus, you win automatically.
Yeah.
So...
Yep.
So, everyone's just taking some damage. I'm going to say everyone right now is grounded.
Mm-hmm.
Skeleton King's in front of you. He looks mad.
Mm-hmm.
Let's fucking fight him.
Right, I'm also fucking mad. Just want to throw that out there.
Happy to hear it.
When I attacked with my axes last time, they absorbed stuff from the crown, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
He's big, isn't he?
He's big and beautiful.
How big in comparison to me is he?
He's about 25 feet tall.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He's big.
Like a giant, then.
Yeah.
Okay.
A formidable enemy.
Yeah. All right. I guess I've got to go for the legs then.
You're pretty raged up at this point,
Mm.
so I'm going to give you some advantage on like jumping and stuff, but not
Yeah.
25 feet in the air.
Yeah. All right. I will jump for his knee. And I'm not going to use the axes. I'm going to just try and punch off his fucking kneecaps.
You're just fisting it.
Fisting him in the knee.
Nice. All right. I'm gonna control Ryking and Turt and all that as per the usual. However, Firelighter is yours to control. He rolls a 5. As you jump up to punch his knee, he knees you, and you fly 15 feet backwards, and it does 10 points of damage to you.
Can be a 5, eh?
You rolled a 2 like a dweeb. Oh god. Turt runs in and he grabs him by the ankle and like tries with all his might to like just unbalance him a little bit. But a fist comes down and just rocks him. 15 points of damage. And he falls backwards. Ryking sees this and runs over. But as he runs past in front, he gets kicked. 15 points of damage and lands next to you.
Firelighter. I want him to go for the crown.
In terms of taking it off, or in terms of...
I want him to take the crown off the king.
Yeah, okay. So, Firelighter flies over to the crown, lands on it and begins to tug. It's unfazed by this pulling. It doesn't even go to attack Firelighter over it.
Okay. Alright. It's back to me then. What about Brianne?
Nothing happening with Brianne right now.
Okay. Alright, I'm going to get back up, I guess. Run back in.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to... So I'm quite a distance away, aren't I? 30 feet.
15, 20 feet? Yeah, 20 feet, I think. Yeah.
So I'm going to sprint in. And I want to jump like for square in the middle and just fucking use my whole body to just kind of barge him. Try and push him over or something, or push him back.
Okay.
Try and do something.
Yeah. So he's
Move him.
thrown a 10. As you leap in the air, you receive a hard backhand and fly back about 20 feet again. 15 points of damage upon your person once more. You throw a 1.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Cool. Ryking and Turt both go for a leg each this time. And they start to topple him a little bit. He's still very balanced at this point. But he flies his left leg forward, which Turt has got hold of. And it does just 5 points of damage to Turt. It's just the landing damage to him. But Ryking's still down there on the other leg. Brianne lets forward an arrowed lightning bolt, which strikes him in the face. And it does some damage to him. You can see it's left a black mark on his otherwise very white bone.
Okay. Yeah, can Firelighter pull at the crown to try and take it off him?
Yep. Yeah, Firelighter is still up there, pulling this crown. He can't get any force on it to move the Skeleton King, and it's also it's almost like it's bolted to his head.
Right.
It's not moving.
Okay. All right. Can he take another action? Or is that?
If you want to try.
I want him to fly up and breathe fire down at the top of his skull.
So while he's up there, he's going to just breathe fire onto the top of the skull of Skeleton King, who is still currently unfazed by it.
Okay. Just looked at the thing to try and get someone other than Ryking and Turt and realised they're all fucking dead.
They are all dead.
Okay. I'm gonna look at Turt and I kind of hope Ryking hears me as well. He'll be like,
We need to attack this together, not individually. Turt, take the other leg.
Turt runs up and grabs the other leg.
and then I do exactly what I was going to do before. Obviously, the two boys are holding his legs, so I'm going to try and...
You're going to try and steal an advantage from me. I'll give it to you. As it's the first one. This is a weak advantage, but I'm going to give it to you. He's thrown a 9. So it's almost a 50-50 on whether you're going to beat him or not. How are you feeling?
Great. It's gone really well for me so far, so I'm really confident.
So you leap in the air, and he takes a big swing at you. And you pull yourself over his hand and headbutt the middle of his chest. And it pushes him backwards, so he's now leaning on the castle.
Okay. Can I grab hold so I'm still at his stomach?
You can indeed grab hold because you did throw a rather mighty 18.
Excellent. Okay, so I'm...
Oh, sorry, hang on a sec. God, fucking Brianne. Brianne strikes another arrow straight at his crown this time, and it chinks his crown. And he takes some more damage.
Okay. Firelighter. I want him to fly down and try and push the legs forward. So essentially he's like collapsing slowly because obviously his back's against the wall now, isn't it? So I want him to try and push the legs forward that Ryking and Turt are holding.
Yeah, I think that's going to be tough to do.
Yeah, I know, that's what I thought.
Yeah, he didn't do it.
Okay. Alright. I'm going to climb up the front of his chest. Are his ribs exposed or is he armoured?
He's got lovely armour on.
He's got armours.
Yeah, lovely.
Armours?
Yeah, he's got all the armours on.
I want to climb up to his throat.
Yep,
Yeah.
you're there.
Oh, okay. I thought you would roll.
No, I want to know the action is. That's
Alright,
what we're
okay.
going to roll him.
I want to climb up to his throat and then I'm going to enraged punch his throat, essentially. I want to try and break his delicate little spinal column.
He thrown a 3.
He has.
Yeah. So you go to punch his spinal column, just his throat in general. But he grabs you,
Of course he does.
and you threw a 1. And he dangles you above his mouth.
All right, cool.
I have to say, this is some of the worst rolling you guys have ever done. It's appalling. Turt has thrown a 2, Ryking has thrown a 1, and I'm going to say that they get fucking hoofed off of his legs now. And they're both going to take 10 points of damage for it as well. Do you know, the only person, Brianne's thrown 2 10s. She's fucking killing it out there. You lot, shit.
I mean, she's overpowered.
Yeah, she's OP. She's also a good roller.
Yep. Okay, Firelighter is down by his legs still.
Yeah, he's down there, yeah.
Yeah, take his leg out. Just fucking throw yourself into his leg. Full pelt, fly, kick off the wall.
So, full pelt, Firelighter flies, kicks off the wall, just smashes into one knee, takes 5 points of damage, but buckles that knee.
Cool.
Because I said word for word what you said, because he threw a 12.
Cool. So I'm dangling over his mouth.
Like this.
Can I pull my leg out so I fall into his mouth? And as I come down, I want to pull out my 2 axes and smash them into his teeth.
Nice. He's thrown a 5. And as he dangles you, he lets you go. And you do fall down and down. You chip one tooth, and you're suddenly immersed in complete blackness. Darkness all around you. And then you start to see ghosts. And your shield, which is now a sword, is humming. Like vibrating, like so much it's humming at you. And all these ghosts don't look intimidating or attacking you. They look like villagers, like people. Just everywhere. What do you do?
Take out the sword. I'm trying to speak. Can I try and speak to them?
Do we want
Who
yeah.
are you?
Everybody turns. Nobody says anything.
Oh.
Who are you directing at? What are you doing?
All of them.
Who are you?
One figure comes forward to speak to you. A man from the living? And he goes to touch you, but just goes through you. What are you doing down here?
Fighting the Skeleton King.
The Skeleton King?
What are you doing in his mouth?
Well, this is where we've been banished. When we were slain.
By who?
A man of legend. He kept us here, but we've never known our purpose.
Does this look familiar?
And I hold the sword out.
Feel familiar?
May I?
Yes.
And as he touches it, armor starts to surround his body. And then he lets go, and the armor disappears.
Okay.
I haven't felt life in so many years. It's been almost centuries.
Hold it.
So you're going to give it to him.
No.
Just going to let him hold the sword. So he then holds the sword, but once again, as his body starts to fill with life, he lets go.
Okay. As his hand lays on it, I want to try and grab his hand, and I can keep it there.
Yeah. So I'm going to roll for that actually.
Might be creating myself an enemy here, but fuck it.
So yeah, as he then turns into sort of armor and flesh, you hold his hand there, and then his entire body is filled now, and he is alive.
Who are you?
I used to live in the mortal realm, and then one day, a warrior came, a wizard, a mage, and he's slain us all, and took us into his shield.
Can you describe him?
Yeah, he was a tall figure, covered in blue and gold armor, completely covered. I have no idea what he was.
Interesting. Does the name Gerwin ring a bell?
Yeah, we knew not of his name. He came and he took what he wanted, and he banished us here.
Well, I will free you all if you help me defeat the Skeleton King.
We have children and women here, and
I mean, obviously not them.
but how will we free them? How do we get out?
I look up.
That's a great question. We fight our way out.
This seems to have no end. I don't know how we would ever release ourselves.
You let me worry about that.
And
Call all your warriors.
I shall get to it right now. May I take the sword?
No. Call them here.
Okay. So and then he just runs off.
okay, well, I guess I wait for the warriors to come.
Yeah. After about 20 minutes,
Jesus, took his time.
there's suddenly around 50 to 100 men.
Come touch my sword. Touch the shaft.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. If you do want to be whole, hold the sword. Do not let go.
The villager that's there kind of backs what you're saying to try and give them some morale boost. But some of them have got some pushback. And they're like, well, why should we fight for you?
Because I'm your only chance of becoming living once more.
How can we trust you? How will you free us and our women and our children?
Because I'm here too. So if I want to free myself, I will also have to free you.
The men, a few of the men are just quick and they come forward and they take the sword. You've got about 25 to 30, I'll say you've got 30 men now, fully armoured up. And there's still about 30 that aren't sure.
And they don't want to.
It's not that really they don't want to, they just don't like, they've been there for centuries.
Okay.
And they don't know what they're coming out to, they don't know anything.
Right. I'll call the women and children over then. Start making them human again.
Okay, cool. I'm going to say you make all the women and children human.
For centuries, you have been stuck here, living in the darkness, if living is what you'd call it. I come to you now with a solution to free your people and free yourselves. I ask but only one thing, that you repay this gift of freedom with your allegiance. Help me defeat that which you are trapped in and bring justice back to the world.
And with that, I turn the sword around and I stab it into the floor. Because I think that's the only solid thing around me, isn't it, at the moment?
Yep.
Yeah. I stab it into the floor.
As you stab it into the floor, its energy pulses through and turns the remaining ghosts into men.
Well, that'd have been quicker.
It wasn't possible till the speech.
Okay.
The speech was cool enough for it to work.
All right.
In the realms of the quest. Right.
In the
now
realms of the quest.
The speech is what makes everything.
Yeah.
I should have taken my charisma potion
You
beforehand.
fucking should have actually, yeah. You're joining.
Same
All right.
result. Yeah. Got it.
Yeah.
The kids start putting armour on.
Yeah. So I'm going to say you've got 60 warriors, and then you've got about 100 women and children.
Okay.
What you gonna do? And now about 30 minutes has passed.
Okay. Has the stabbing of the floor done anything to Like the surroundings, or
Do any of you know of anything that's not just darkness?
No. This is a bound area. We cannot escape.
okay.
Watch this. And one of the warriors runs about 100 meters to your left and disappears.
And then comes running.
And then appears to your right, running.
Okay.
Gonna try something. This may do nothing.
Put the sword away. I pull my 2 axes out. And I stab them into the floor to see if they absorb any of the darkness.
So they absorb some, but not enough that it makes any difference to what's around you. It's almost like the magic in here is different to the magic that's you're currently dealing with.
Okay. So none of them have ever seen anything different to just black.
Yeah, no, nothing. No, all they know is black in this realm.
And I can't see anything different.
Nope, it's just black. It's like it's not dark, but it's just black.
Like an infinite black room.
Is what it's like, yeah.
Can I pull out Sonny Canog's eyes?
You can.
Do they do anything?
Oh, God. What are you doing with them? Putting them out on what?
I'll hold them out originally to see if they do anything.
As you hold them out, time stops. And they float. A robe appears, and there is Sonic Onog.
Can I talk?
Yes.
Excellent.
Gazzamatraz, I see you're stumped.
Yeah.
I want you to know your friends are not doing well without you. But I can only guide you out of here. You must think of words that have been spoken to you. The key to getting out of here is within you. And the stones fall into your hand. The robe disappears. And you're back in the room. And to everybody else, it looks like nothing happened. What do them stones do?
Help me think.
All right, okay, cool. That's a good answer.
Can I shout for Brianne?
You can. You let out a cry, a loud shout for Brianne. And you see a bit of light in the blackness start to emerge.
What a load of bullshit. Yep.
And it grows bigger and bigger until eventually you can fit through it.
Let's go, boys.
So everyone then starts to go out through this hole.
Okay.
Until you're all out by where Brianne is. You're now all on the battlefield.
Okay. Can I, in like movie action theme style, like obviously, is it like a vortex is open next to Brianne?
Like a large white door almost.
Okay. So I'm going to shout to the guys behind me.
Like battle cries.
And then basically this white door opens. And then me and 50 soldiers come running out screaming at the Skeleton King.
Yes.
All right. Boosting some morale.
Let's do
for
it.
the boys.
As you make your way out, Firelighter is laying motionless on the ground.
Jesus, fuck off.
He's on 5 health.
Fuck.
Ryking has taken 30 points of damage. And Turt has taken 25 points of damage.
Jesus.
In your absence, they have done everything they can. And you can see that the Skeleton King's arms have got white chains hanging from them where Brianne has tried to restrain it. But you can see those chains have been broken. As you then charge out, you have 60 men behind you, and the women and children are running to the exit of the cave. The Skeleton King picks up a large stone. It's your move.
Yeah, I want to kind of draw his attention, if I can. Allow a large battle cry.
Mm-hmm.
Like, from the bottom of my lungs. And separate myself from the 60.
You're definitely faster, that's fair.
Yeah, and essentially, while I'm on the way to him, I want to draw his attention to me, like I'm the problem.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Skeleton King has thrown a 9.
Great. Got any coolness points for?
Sadly not. Okay. Skeleton King takes no notice of you.
Great.
And he throws this stone past you, past your men, towards the villagers. But you leap into the air and fucking slice this fucking boulder. Clean. Smash it to smithereens. And just march your way through him. The fucking men have seen what you've just done. And they're fucking boosted. And they're ready to go to war with you.
Any healers?
Sadly, they are just soldiers. Yeah, they're not really...
Has Ryking got his little green orb?
Yes.
Okay.
Ryking. Orb Turt.
And I also... That's my pressure. To Ryking.
Cool. Great. Lovely stuff. I'm so glad you did that. Okay, a couple of cool things then. Let's get us going. Ryking starts to run towards you because he sees you trying to offer him a potion. This is going to be in quite a swift motion. And he's creating this pulse in his hand. As he approaches you, almost laughing, he goes, Gazzamatraz, who the fuck are these people?
As I'm running past, I look at him in the eye, like confused. Like,
I thought they were with you.
and then like wink at him and run past.
Nice. As you run past, you do chuck him the potion, to which, whilst laughing, he necks and gains 60 points of health. And then he aims his green orb towards Turt, who very gladly absorbs 100 health. Ryking is now just watching these squadrons of men run past. And he's like, fuck yeah.
Turt, get Firelighter to safety.
Great plan. Oh, wow. So Turt runs over to Firelighter, hoists him up onto his shoulder, and just makes his way towards Brianne. Lays him down, looks up at Brianne, and Brianne starts to form a shield around Firelighter. And Turt gives it with his tiny stubby thumbs, just goes to Brianne, and then charges back towards you. He's also said thank you to Ryking, and is making his way back to the battle. If everyone's feeling a bit more fresh, there's fucking morale in the room.
Just shout
Together!
and just all sprint, army behind us.
I want you to imagine, as you shout that, the lumbering footsteps of Turt pull up to your right. Ryking's heavy metal armour to your left. And you, shirtless, armourless, fearless, charge forward. And you can make your play.
All right. Did you say one of his arms is hanging off?
No, so he's got chains.
Oh, right, chains, yes, sorry.
Where she's tried to restrain him to the castle.
Oh, the chain's grabbable. Like, physically grabbable.
Fuck, what do you want to do?
Instruct the armies to take the chains and pull down the chains.
Fantastic. That's a lovely idea. Oh, fuck it, I'll give you advantage for that as well. I feel a bit bad now. He's thrown a 2, so you've got a pretty high advantage here. Whew. So Brianne changes the shapes of the chains and makes them multiple chains. Makes them long and brings the chains back to where the men are.
Men, pull him down.
I'm going to say there are 6 chains. You've got 10 men on each chain, and they start to pull. And the Skeleton King doesn't find it particularly hard to pull back, but you can tell he's going to require concentration. He's not going to just be able to fight freely like he was. And I'm going to give you another advantage roll for your fantastic idea.
How much strength would Turt and Ryking add to that if they pulled the chains too?
A lot.
Let's throw them on.
Turt, Ryking, help them.
Yeah, they're on. They're fucking pulling. Yeah. He starts to teeter forward now.
Okay. I am going to, like Ryu style Street Fighter, jump and just, as he comes down, just whack his chin.
He's thrown an 8. As you jump in the air, you're flying through it. And then you feel almost like a little boost from Brianne. Just accelerate you higher. And as you smash his bottom jaw, that tooth that you chipped earlier blows out of his mouth. And that crown that hasn't moved loosens.
I'm going to...
Brianne, make a chain round his neck.
Because obviously I'm like falling now, aren't I?
Mm-hmm. Okay. As Brianne goes to make this chain, forming around his neck, the side that Turt is holding on his left arm, the Skeleton King lets out that shallow roar, like it's almost, like not being heard, but it's in your ears. And he pulls the 30 men and Turt forward and grabs the chain that's being made around his neck and pulls it off.
Okay.
You land, no significant damage at all.
Okie dokie. I want to run and spear his leg. Like take it the other way to where they're pulling. So if they're like pulling him forward, I want to take his legs back.
Okay. He's thrown a 3. As you run to his leg to spear it, you feel a fist hit you in the back and plant you onto the ground beneath his fist. And that's going to do 10 points of damage to you because you threw a 2.
Yes, I did. Okay.
I just want to compliment you actually on health management throughout this fight because it's got pretty bleak.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, big time.
Okay.
What's your health?
95.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay, I thought it was 100, but I must have miscounted somewhere.
So I'm underneath his fist.
Yes.
Can I have like flashbacks of when I fought the dragon? Just try and rip one of his fingers off.
Gonna go for a finger?
I'm going to take a finger and just try and rip it off, yeah.
He's thrown a 4. As you go to rip one of the fingers off, he lifts his hand and flings you back, doing just 5 points of damage to you. Because you threw a 1.
Of course I did.
Oh my god.
Oh, of course I did.
Oh my god.
Okay. No, not a problem.
Not a problem.
It's not a problem.
Good.
Easy peasy.
Lovely.
Get up, brush my shoulder off. What am I looking? How are the boys looking? They all right?
Ryking's side is strong, holding down his right arm, but Turt and the 30 men are still trying to reassemble to grab hold of these chains.
Okay, I'm going to run and grab one of the chains of Turt's side, pull it back into position, and further, if I can, to try and pull him off balance more.
Nice. Okay. Okay. Odds or evens?
Odds.
Brianne strikes him with this huge arrow deep into the shoulder allowing you to gain advantage and get the time to get this chain sorted. He throws an 11.
Good.
As he takes this damage to his shoulder, he whips his arm, causing the chains to do that thing that chains do, like a whip, streaming down. It blows the men away from the chain. You and Turt both take 10 points of damage. Now I'm going to roll for Ryking and Turt now to see what they do. Ryking side pulls hard. He gives a big heave, oh, and they pull it down because he's concentrating on your side. Turt grabs one of his fingers to hold him down all by himself, holds onto one of his fingers, and looks back at you. That's how it goes on.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were continuing. Sorry.
Nope.
I run over and grab another finger.
My God. Skeleton King is thrown in 11. I'm going to give you advantage because Turt's there with you. So Turt pulls the hand down and you pull the finger up. And you tear this finger straight off. And the Skeleton King lets out a very deep, a very low rumble.
Okay. I throw the finger at the Skeleton King's face.
Skeleton King threw a 5. As you throw it, it kind of hits him in his glowing eye, and it pulls his head back, and he's not enjoyed it at all.
Okay. While his head's back, I'm going to look at Turt. Like,
How high do you think you can throw me?
High enough.
Let's do this.
So Turt's going to let go. I'm going to give you advantage again because I just fucking like the idea. Turt and you both, well, you've already let go. You had a finger that's popped off. I'm going to say the men behind have finally got their shit together and got the ropes again. And then Turt lets go because they've got it. And then the Skeleton King rolls an 11. How does this keep happening? And as you go to get onto Turt's hands, he realises that his stubby fingers can't quite wrap. So while he's trying to figure out a different way to throw you, the Skeleton King has leant down and headbutted the pair of you, just with his big crown dome head, and does 15 damage to both of you. Because you rolled with a 20-sided dice. A 1.
of course I did. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. No problem at all. Easy peasy. While his head's down, can I cling on to it?
You definitely can if the roll allows it. The Skeleton King's rolled a 5. You, sir, are on his face.
Excellent stuff.
I'm going to roll for Ryking and Turt. Okay, I'm going to say that Ryking runs over to Turt, abandons his post, and just pushes off of Turt's chest and grabs onto the skull with you.
Excellent.
Hey, Ryking. You still got Giant Slayer?
Always.
Put it to work.
He then pulls out his giant mace and he gives it a little kiss. What do you want to do with it?
Go to the top of the skull and just try and crack the skull, basically. I'm going to stay around the Skeleton King's eye area, so to take sort of distraction away from Ryking, if he can feel it, that is, because he didn't feel the fire, did he?
No. I'm going to go for a little bit of a team effort here. Skeleton King's throwing a 5. Let's get some teamwork going on. He hands his arm out to clasp yours. You clasp, and Ryking lets go. And you swing him above onto the top of the head of the Skeleton King. Skeleton King goes to raise his arms to grab Ryking, but the chains hold his arms down. So you have a free shot of advantage.
I'm going to crack him straight in the eye.
It's a good job you've got advantage. Because he's throwing a 12. Crikey. He kind of lifts his head back to kind of bite at you. And you fall slightly into his mouth. But you catch his mouth. So his jaw can't shut and do damage to you. Because you too threw a 12.
Okay.
All right, let's do some cool shit now. Brianne. Gosh, she's on fire. She starts to float towards you. All the villagers are now gone, so she doesn't see any need to stay back there. The shield is still covering Firelighter. She comes forward, and she blesses you. And she moves her magic into you. And then she falls to the ground. And Turt catches her.
Okay. How do I feel?
Pretty fucking amazing.
Excellent. What I'd like to do is swing his fucking jaw. So I'm going to, as I see Brianne drop to the floor, I look down at Turt and make eye contact. I almost don't have to say anything to him, he knows. But to get Brianne and go. Just quickly.
I'm going to say he's going to grab Firelighter on his way out as well because there's no more shield there. Mm-hmm. And he's just going to head to the edge of the tunnel.
Cool. And then I'd like to swing off his upper jaw. And as I swing back, I want to kind of let go of his upper jaw. And with the momentum, I just want to swing and clock his lower jaw, try and put that out of place.
He's throwing a 6. As you do this, you step back out of his mouth, and the mouth slams shut from the force. And while it's in front of you, you just let loose. Just an almighty fist. The redness, there's almost like a pink around it. The rage of the redness and the white from the blessing makes contact with this jaw, and black oozes from the huge crack that's just been made in his jaw. And then half of his jaw just falls to the ground. And he's just bleeding like a black smog from there. And then you're going to fall down to the ground and superhero land because you threw a 12.
Can I use the momentum of my superhero land to shoot back up?
And do what?
Go back for his face.
He's trying to 9. I also want you to know that as you do that, you hear Ryking on top of the head go, ha 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 ha, yes! Sudden fucking turn around. You leap up. And you're back at his face.
All right, I'm going to...
Oh, sorry. Ryking makes solid connection with the giant slayer to the top of his head. So far, no crack, but good hit.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to go for... So, are his eyes kind of hollow, or what's the situation with his eyes?
There's a glow in them. There's like a light glowing to them.
Can I reach inside?
There's a light glow. I'm going to have to say what I always say is you're going to have to...
Okay, so what this is what I'd like to do: is climb up his face. You know, like the bone here.
Mm-hmm.
I want to reach around that bit of bone and just try and rip it out. I'm attempting to rip his face apart. Essentially, that's what I'm going for, and keep the heat off of Ryking, who's on the top of his head.
Yeah. Okay.
So he's like, "What the fuck is this guy?
Yeah. You know, like when there's a
just a little mosquito."
Okay.
He's thrown a 12.
The skeleton has thrown a 12.
Yeah.
I'm going to say you get into position. But he kind of shakes, and you can hold on because you're fucking mighty, but you can't do what you're trying to do because you two threw a 12. So that was pretty incredible.
All right.
Oh. Ryking again. A good smash with the giant slayer.
Cool.
A chip of bone comes off the top of his head. Not a crack, but he starts to chip it.
Excellent. All right, I'm going to go again, but this time I'm going to use the sword, shield sword, and try and...
It's the only sword you've got, so I know what you mean.
Yeah, but just the sword.
Yeah.
So I'm going to whip it out and just try and cut through that. I'm going to
He's thrown an 8.
give him a cyclops eyes.
So as you go to smash the part of the bone between the eyes with the shield sword, the vibrating of it, you start to feel your life deplete. 10 points of health absorbed into the sword, but it cuts clean through the centre of the nose.
Why did it take 10 health off me?
To give you an idea of why, is the sword, the shield likes to take life, and it's just given a fuck out, so it's hungry.
Oh, okay, of course it has, yeah. You, sir, are correct.
Mm-hmm.
In which case, here's what we'll do. I would like to almost go inside his eye socket and stab the sword into the inside of his eye, so like into the inside of his skull. So it's just dug into his skull. Leave it there.
That way?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he can't grab it, he can't put his hand in his head.
Yeah. He's thrown an 11.
Oh, goody.
Mate, I'll tell you what, this battle is at the high end. As you reach into his skull, he just like flings his head forward, and due to the awkwardness of the way you're trying to stab him, you do fly out of the eye.
Goody.
Because you threw it too. Let's see what Ryking does. Another. So I'm throwing odds for Ryking, so you know what I'm doing. And so far, every time he's thrown an odd. And so he's going to do another smash onto the top of the head. Turt is now starting to make his way back, but he looks fucking knackered. Cardio's not his best thing. But he will now start to make his way back. Black smog starts to pour from the eyes of the Skeleton King. And you can almost sense that his power is beginning to rise a little bit.
Oh, good. That's what we always wanted. Okay. The chains are still there, being held by the armies, aren't they?
They are indeed. Hence, he's not been able to use his hands to grab you.
Can I climb the chains?
Yep, you can make your way over to the chains, try and climb up them, up his arm and whatnot. Yep. He's thrown a 3. So, yeah, you make your way over to the chains. What arm?
Left.
His left arm. Okay, yeah, you make your way over up to the left arm and start to climb the arm.
Okay. I want to make my way to his shoulder.
He's thrown a 7. Right. He sees where you're going and he roars at you, but this time a more lifeful roar. You can hear this roar now. It's no longer like a dull scream in your ears. You notice this comes from his mouth. He pulls the chains loose from his arm and he goes to grab you. Now he just misses, but you're knocked a little bit off balance by it. But you're still on the arm. Ryking takes a swing, but through the commotion is knocked off balance, and he misses this one.
Okay. Carrying, making my way to his shoulder.
Cool. He's thrown a 3. You are now at his shoulder.
Okay, on the joint of the shoulder, I'm going to dig the sword in.
He's thrown a 2. Oh, how the turntables turn. That sword is in the shoulder.
Okay. I want to speak to the sword.
Okay.
I don't know if it works.
Fuck it.
But it's magical, so...
Take the life you need now.
I'm going to say you kneel with one hand still on the handle and come down close to the sword. And you say those words. But there is no life
of course he's
in a dead body.
Oh, what an arsehole. But he said he was coming more to life.
I know.
Okay.
But that means he's more able to die. With this, he swats you off his shoulder with your sword still in his shoulder and slams the chains down, killing 15 of the men. So you've still got 30 holding down his left arm. The right arm has just killed 15 men.
Right.
I want you to know that I say that with a heavy heart.
What?
I didn't want any of these 60 to die.
No, did I. And on that note, I can instruct Turt to grab the chains of the other arm.
Turt. Oh, do I have to roll for it? No, I can't just do it as much as I want to. That's a 3, and Turt rolls it. Did it fucking Turt boy. Turt runs over, smashes his hands together, and creates the flames. He then grabs these chains with both hands, and he looks back at the 15, and he goes, "Fear not, boys, I fucking got ya." And they pull this arm back down.
Okay, I'm going to run over to the other arm and grab the chains on that arm and look over at Turt. Make eye contact and say,
It's on us now.
then I'm going to look back at the soldiers and be like,
You're free. Go.
That's pretty cool. Okay, cool. He's thrown a 2. That happens. And the 45 men kind of look round at each other and they kind of start to retreat a little bit, but not as hastily as you was expecting.
I noticed this. I look back at them.
Leave. Your debt is paid.
And they start like again, they're leaving, but they're warriors. And the pace isn't, it's not quick, but I think you should, yeah. They're gonna.
Okay.
Turt. Keep hold of the chains. Let's play switcheroo.
And I start with the chains in my hand, running towards Turt.
Oh, he's thrown a 1. Yeah, fine. Oh, fuck it. Oh, you didn't throw a 1. So I'm going to say Turt doesn't move. You right now have strength beyond Turt. As strong as Turt is. So he's just going to be like, holding on. You're going to run over across Turt's path with the chain. So you're going to cross over the guy's arms.
Am I at Turt?
Yes, you're at Turt, yeah.
I'm going to be like, switch. Grab Turt's chains and give him mine.
Yep.
And then run back the other way.
Yeah, that's fair, yeah. And it works perfectly. And the Skeleton King's arms start to cross. The Skeleton King takes another blow to the head. And a tiny bit of smoke starts to come from the top of his skull. He lets out another almighty roar. And with this dark, black symbiote sort of smoke comes down and pours out to the ground.
This motherfucker again.
And it crawls in this sadistic, deathly way to Turt. And starts to crawl into Turt's mouth.
Okay.
You do, however, notice that as this happens, Skeleton King's weakens. You can feel it in the chains.
It's not my concern, really.
I know, but I'm just letting you.
Right, Ryking's got that covered. I am going to...
Just to interrupt you, I think it's really cool that you're almost happy to let Ryking take the kill on this. You're not like, it's my fucking kill.
No.
You're like, you fucking go.
I'm going to sprint over to Turt and take Sonic and Arg's eyes out of my pocket, and I don't want to put them in his mouth. Do I put them in his mouth? I'll just give it to him. Is Turt been possessed now, or is he still?
Yeah, he's dropped the chains. He's on the ground. He looks in pain.
All right, fuck it. I'm going to put Sonic and Arg's eyes in Turt's mouth.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
With the
so
symbiote.
You open Turt's mouth. You chuck those stones in there. And I'm going to say you hold and restrain Turtonator down. With this, obviously, the Skeleton King's hands are now free. And he grabs Ryking. And he throws... He throws him down and strikes you two. Everyone takes 15 points of damage. Turtonator, you and Ryking kind of look at each other and then look back at Turt. And he's almost like he's bleeding the symbiote. It's pouring out of his eyes. It's leaking out of his mouth.
But Sonic and Arg's eyes are in there.
But Sonic and Arg's eyes are still in there, yeah.
All right.
On you, Sonny.
And I turn around to the Skeleton King. Suppose I'll sprint at him and then jump for his face. My sword's still in his shoulder, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, I'll jump for his face.
Cool. He throws a 10. He catches you and throws you back past Ryking and past Turt. Turt is now stood up and he's still bleeding symbiote. The Skeleton King picks up a large stone. And where Ryking is he's like slapping Turt, trying to get him back too. This stone clobbers both of them. And they both lay lifeless to the side.
Lifeless.
Unconscious, lifeless, you don't know. Neither of them are moving. There is blood coming from them. And it's just you and the Skeleton King.
So obviously I stand up from where he's just thrown me. And like I look at Ryking and Turt, and I can see their limp bodies, shall we say, on the floor.
Yeah.
And this enrages me further. That's everyone done, but me.
Your entire team is out.
Do you know what you have done?
They're looking at the Skeleton King.
You believe this is you winning, but you do not realize you have now unleashed something that only exists in people's worst nightmares.
And like I'm bubbling with rage.
All of your white glow starts to turn red. And it's like you unlock Brianne's power for your own. It's like you fucking get it. This is your power, not Brianne's right now. Yours.
I spit a little blood on the floor.
These cuts, these bruises, these are my fuel. I draw on the strength of my fallen comrades. You will pay for what you have done here.
And I slowly walk over to where Ryking and Turt are. And I pick up Giant Slayer and rest it on my shoulder.
He picks up another rock and he throws it at you. And with Brianne's power, which you've now fucking mastered, you create this shield around yourself. And this rock just explodes off the shield. And you take no damage. And you pick up the Giant Slayer. And you put it on your shoulder. And this very immortal, very powerful Skeleton King starts to feel fear.
Now, it's time for you to feel the fury of a berserker.
And I sprint.
You start to sprint. But then you stop sprinting. Because you start to float. And then you start to fly. And you go higher and higher. And then you take this wonderful weapon from your shoulder. You draw it back. Anything to say?
You fucking bony cunt.
And then you just unleash this mace into the front of his skull, shattering the front of him. The crown falls from his head, it hits the ground, and it breaks immediately. And black smoke from the gem just starts pouring everywhere. The Skeleton King holds his face and he starts to shrink in size. And shrink and shrink and shrink till he's the size of a normal man, and the black is just pouring everywhere. And then he's just on his knees before you. This average skeleton, like all the ones you've killed before. And you grab his skull and you just crush it. And you've defeated the Skeleton King.
Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. Alright. No time to lose. Fuck. I'm gonna turn to Ryking and Turt, pick up their bodies and carry them out. One on one shoulder, one on the other shoulder.
As you pick them up, you notice they're still breathing.
God.
Shallow, but breathing. But the 45 men are there, and they've offered to take them for you.
Keep them safe.
They nod. They take the bodies, and they take them back up to where Firelighter and Brianne are. And they also collect their bodies and take them.
What's Situ with Firelighter at the moment?
5 health, low health.
I'm still not moving.
Yeah, no, it's not doing well either.
Oh, I guess I'll look for a way up the thing then.
That's fair. The door's open. You can make your way into the fort.
Isn't it? All right. I suppose I'll brush off any dirt. I'll take my sword as well back. Just put that back.
Yeah, that's great. That's fallen out of his shoulder onto the ground. Excellent. Well remembered. Pick that up. Lovely stuff.
And then head I just shout, "Be right back," and then walk into the fort.
That's cool. As you walk into the fort, torches start to light up by themselves as you're walking. They lead you quite easily up a spiral staircase and then along a corridor. And then there's a wooden door.
Oh, my biggest nemesis.
Wooden doors.
I mean, the last wooden door I had real trouble with.
Yeah.
So, I guess I'll try and open the door.
You open the door. And there's the goblet. In the hand of Go.
I knew it! I fucking knew. I was about to say to you, I bet fucking Gerwin's behind that door. What a prick.
Gowan is sipping wine from the goblet. He smiles at you.
I look at Gerwin and I shut the door. Then I just look back. Let's look at him.
Hi.
Well, what a fantastic battle that was. How are you feeling?
Fine.
He walks up to you and he kind of touches you. Like, you can see all this, like, aura coming from you. Well, isn't this fantastic?
The goblets.
He takes a look, he says, and he just finishes his wine and he gives it to you. Well, you earned it.
Free to talk.
Wow, I'm always free for you, Gazzamatraz.
But you're not.
I almost want to be like, I've kind of accepted Gerwin's going now, so I'm not shocked that he was there.
Mm-hmm.
And where before I was kind of cautious when he arrived, I almost relax and just go and sit down. Like, he's very casual. I'm just like, oh, do you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You're going to fuck me either way. So,
Yeah. You almost know that he's not there to change your story,
No,
almost.
but it's
he's
like,
just here to observe it.
Yeah, I'm now not anxious when he's there. I'm just, here he fucking is again.
Yeah, yeah.
So I go and sit down. Just pat the chair next to me.
Yeah. As you blink, he's then in the chair next to you. So you're like looking at him, you blink, and then he's just in the chair.
Going. Who are you in all this?
Oh. All will be revealed. I just love a good story. And what's better than the story of Gazzamatraz?
As I look at him, do I notice any jewellery around his neck or anything?
He does have a very nice necklace on.
Does he now?
He does.
Going.
Hmm.
Can I borrow your necklace?
No. This old thing, it is not for borrowing.
Is it what I think it is?
You see, Gazzamatraz, I'm not here to spill the beans on what things could be and what things could not be. But let me tell you a story. You know, you're not the only story I follow around here, you know. You're not the only one with a past, the only one looking to save, the only one looking for justice. You know who else I follow? I follow Arceus.
Thought so.
Do you know what Arceus is looking for?
Me?
No. You are what is stopping him, but not what he is looking for. He too seeks the artifacts,
Oh, yeah, sorry.
but not for the reasons you believe.
Okay.
For his family is missing,
What?
and he needs to find them. That evil heart was not always once so evil. Would
What?
you Would you not also stop at nothing to find your family?
Yes. But he killed mine.
Well, gotta go.
Shocker.
And he claps his hands. And we'll end the episode there.
Guys.
If you could say R.I.P. Priya in the comments as well.
Jesus, Priya's
We can all
gone
remember
too.
that Priya's gone.
Shit. So now what is it? Just me, Ryking, Turt and Firelighter?
That's it right now. That is it.
And Brianne.
Oh, and the mighty Brianne.
Shit. That's half the party gone.
Yeah.
Jackie, Caetana, Priya, Bolty, all dead.
All dead.
Need a new healer.
You do. I mean, fucking Ryking came in clutch at least with his healing.
Who is going to break the news to his goat?
I don't know. That's for you to work out, mate. That is.
Jesus Christ. That's going to be the hardest bit. It's just going to take me weeks.
Yeah.
Guys, if one of you can tell the goat, because you know that relationship was special,
It was special.
please like and subscribe. If you enjoyed what you've seen today, share it with all your friends.
Yeah.
It's been emotional for everyone. We love you.
We love you all.